What a complete difference from yesterday and today. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 squad? Welcome back into another video, and man, I am so glad to give you guys a better recap of a better practice that happened. As you guys know, yesterday things got off to a rocky start. We had offensive linemen go down, we had offensive struggles where they should have been pretty good, and it was just not a fun experience to watch. However, today was a lot different. Today we got a typical practice that I want to see from this team time and time again. I want to see the offense win, and I want to see the defense win. I want to see iron sharpening iron. I do not want to see any one group completely dominate over the other, because more often than not, it's not one side is dominating the other. It's just one side isn't as good or playing up to par. So quickly before we get into this video, if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Let's make the goal around 50 to 75 likes for this video. 50 to 75 likes is the goal. And also make sure you guys follow me on TikTok. I've been pushing that lately on TikTok. I want to go live during the season, both on here and TikTok. I need at least 1,000 to do so, but sometimes they allow you to go live with under that. So just, if you guys have a TikTok account, make sure you guys follow me on TikTok. I'm going to be making a lot more content on there as well. Alright, so I want to make sure to let you guys know that Jermaine Illuminor is okay. He came out in the press conference, said that he's a little banged up, has a little bit of sore ribs, which is exactly what I said yesterday, where it didn't look like he broke anything. He was walking fine. It looked like he had the wind knocked out of him a little bit, because Dexter Lawrence is a powerful man. He did individual drills today, and Brian Daboll expects him back. Probably the earliest is tomorrow, maybe not even tomorrow, maybe they give him the week off, but he seems like he's okay. You guys got to remember, they're not playing with pads. It is a lot more dangerous in the trenches, where the trench the trench play happens, as I call it. Guys can get hurt a lot easier because there is no pads. All right, what a day did we have today? So the primary focus, not exclusively, but the primary focus today was working in the red zone, which is Shane Bowen's specialty, as he had the #1 defense with the Tennessee Titans in the red zone. So that is a significant point. We have to hope that Shane Bowen will probably try to replicate the same with the Giants this year. We had a lot of back and forth with different wide receivers and defensive back combinations. It was fun to see. The Giants media are actually posting, practice plays, and there were definitely a lot of highlights. First and foremost, I got to give my flowers to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones had himself a day. It seems like the majority says that he went 9 of 13 today in team drills. He was just on the money. I mean, look at some of these throws that I'm going to show you guys. I mean, he was pinpoint accurate. He threw back shoulder fades, which is something that we don't see him do often. He threw a deep pass to Jalen Hyatt today. And I've been saying this since we watched Daniel Jones throw a football. Daniel Jones, you cannot show me more than 15 quarterbacks in the NFL that can throw a ball like Daniel Jones, especially short to intermediate. You guys can get on him for not reading a defense right, or everything between the ears. I get that part. But as far as talent goes, Daniel Jones is high up there. As far as being a natural thrower of the football, this guy can throw pinpoint passes with little to no wobble and a spiral at all. I mean, those footballs look absolutely beautiful in the air. And I want to see more of that throughout practice, and especially in the season. I want to be wrong about Daniel Jones. I want to see more talent shown off, and that all starts between the ears as well. He has the talent to do so. I want to see you put it all together in the season. Now, Malik Nabers versus Deonte Banks is probably the biggest thing I want to focus on today. It's absolute cinema. Watching these two was like watching a clash of titans. We know that Deonte Banks, coming back from his second season, he's on a gradual rise. He is now the #1 corner for the New York Giants. He is the defensive back that they're all going to be leaning upon, and it is a heavy mantle to hold, being a young player as he is. But I think he's up for the challenge, as him and Malik Nabers have been going back and forth all day today. Now, in one-on-ones, Malik Nabers did win the day, as he had 2 touchdowns, one on a comeback route, the other on a back shoulder fade. Both were thrown by Daniel Jones, I believe, and both were absolute beautiful passes and an even better catch. Deonte Banks And it's not like Deonte Banks ever got exposed or he was wide open for a touchdown. Deonte Banks was absolutely on Malik Nabers, and the prototypical wide receiver, like you throw Jalen Hyatt there, you throw Darius Slayton there, they are not making those grabs. A guy like Malik Nabers, the talent that he is to make those sort of plays on cornerbacks of that caliber. I'm not one to say that Deonte Banks is like top in the league as a cornerback yet at all, but I think he is getting there. I think he has the talent to do so, and him working with Malik Nabers is going to get him to be that type of caliber. Now, although Malik Nabers won 1v1s versus Deonte Banks, when it came to team drills and they were actually working the red zone 11 on 11, Deonte Banks did win the day as he shut Malik Nabers out of the end zone. Not the red zone, but the end zone. Daniel Jones also threw touchdown passes to guys like Lawrence Cager and Jalen Hyatt in team drills, and man, they were nice to see. I don't think we saw the Lawrence Cager one, but the Jalen Hyatt touchdown pass was something that Giants fans have been begging to see from Daniel Jones since 2019. Yes, you have a couple of throws, the Golden Tate throw, the Darius Slayton throw against the Jacksonville Jaguars in the first drive. Like, we've seen Daniel Jones do this. We know he could do it. We want to see him do it more often. Jones also threw touchdown passes to Wan'Dale Robinson, Allen Robinson, and Darius Slayton as well. Speaking of Wan'Dale Robinson, another fun matchup to see has been Wan'Dale Robinson and new slot corner as of right now, Nick McLoud. Watching their dynamic, watching them go back and forth was absolutely fun to see as well. We got a little bit of that, whatever we saw on Twitter, but from what articles I've read, it's another thing that's been highlighted as probably the second best matchup that they've seen. And you see Wan'Dale Robinson, who's standing at 5'8", 185, and Nick McLoud, who is significantly bigger at 6'1", 193. The weight difference isn't too much of a difference, but the height difference is, and they're just going back and forth. And Nick McLoud did win the majority of the reps, but Wan'Dale Robinson did get the ultimate win as he did get a touchdown on him, breaking from man coverage and press coverage at that, and getting to the end zone. A teardrop throw from Daniel Jones, another beautiful throw. Now, this is something that I really want to see from Wan'Dale Robinson. I think Nick McLoud is the perfect guy to get Wan'Dale Robinson to beat press a lot more often. One of the biggest things that Wan'Dale Robinson had as a problem coming out of Kentucky, where he played college, was his transition to wide receiver and how he wasn't yet ready to face cornerbacks that excel in press coverage, as he wasn't a guy to line up at the line of scrimmage. He was always used as the wide receiver to line behind the line of scrimmage and not face press coverage because he couldn't handle it. He wasn't able to beat it consistently. But him lining up with Nick McLoud being one of the bigger corners that the Giants have, is a good practice for Wan'Dale Robinson to eventually beat press coverage. So again, this is helping Wan'Dale Robinson in a tremendous way. On to the second and third team, you have Drew Lock working with the second team. The offensive line is not able to hold up with guys like Ryder Anderson and Azeez Ojulari just completely dominating that line. Drew Lock struggled. He was pressured often, but he still threw touchdowns to a couple of guys. Those guys being Tyrone Tracy in the backfield, that he threw a swing pass to, and Tyrone Tracy was able to score. Love seeing Tyrone Tracy show up on my feed, and also Dennis Houston as well. Tommy DeVito had a couple of touchdowns as well, as he threw one to tight end Tyree Jackson, the quarterback convert from Buffalo, and Daniel Bellinger. And if you guys haven't realized already, Daniel Bellinger has been competing with Lawrence Cager for first-team reps. I don't think he's ultimately going to win it, but they're giving Lawrence Cager first-team reps. Daniel Bellinger worked with the second and third team today. And Tommy DeVito also had a rushing touchdown. So, listen, you know that there's dog in Tommy DeVito. There's dog in him, and I like having him on the team. On to some defensive highlights. The defense has yet to really force any turnovers, really assert their dominance. That's a little concerning to me because of all the talk about the Giants secondary and how bad it is. I don't want to believe them. I just think that they're very inexperienced. A lot of young guys on that team. I think a guy like Jason Pinnock or Jalen Mills are probably the most experienced on that team. We don't even know if Jalen Mills is going to make the team, but as far as the starters go, it's Jason Pinnock is the most seasoned veteran, and he's only been in the league a couple of years now. but Isaiah Simmons and Drew Phillips both had knocked down passes for respectively. And something that wasn't in the articles, but something that we did see in the highlights for the Giants, Micah McFadden forced a fumble on Tyrone Tracy, two of players that I literally have a narrative on. Listen, I got an agenda for those two, okay? I will be the first to admit it. Other content creators won't admit their agendas for certain players, but I have a flat out agenda. I'm talking conspiracy. I'm talking politics for Micah McFadden and Tyrone Tracy. You'll never see a bad thing to say on this channel about those two players, okay? But this time, both of my sides collided. Micah McFadden and Tyrone Tracy, and Micah McFadden just popped the ball out of Tyrone Tracy's hands, as Micah McFadden has been competing with Deontay Johnson, the linebacker out of, I believe, Toledo a couple of years ago, for those linebacker 2 reps. Now, similar to the tight end competition there with Lawrence Cager, I don't really think that's a real competition. I just think they're giving those guys reps with the first team. Micah McFadden has been splitting reps with Deontay Johnson at linebacker 2. I'm not worried. I'm not worried until I see something actually happen. And as far as that goes, that is it. That is everything to note about practice number 2 of training camp for the New York Giants in the 2024 season. This one was a lot more fun to read and go through and make this video for. I was extremely discouraged, I'll be honest with you. Yesterday, we saw the Jermaine Illuminor news. We saw the offense struggling, and it was a little discouraging. But today, I'm back on the saddle. We are so back. That being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Follow me on TikTok, guys. Follow me on TikTok. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Woo!